Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, my name is Rafa Nadira Catra. I'm from Information System Bilingual B 2023. In this video, I will present to you guys my operating system mid-test. Here, I will explain each command, its functions, and how to use it in Linux-based operating system. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So in this mid-test, there's a study case and some questions that I have to complete. The study case is a system administrator is asked to set up a working environment for the development team. Each student is required to create a directory and file structure according to their own identity. Now, let's start with the basics. It's the directory structure. In Linux-based operating system, we can organize folders and files efficiently using terminal commands. So, these are the questions. A. Create a main directory named name_nama inside home/mahasiswa. Here, I use the sudo su command. So, sudo allows the current user to run commands with super user privilege. And su or substitute user switches to the root user after entering the password. And this is necessary because creating a directory inside home/mahasiswa may require administrative permission. So, it's better to use the super user privilege. And after that, I make the main directory my name_Rafa Catra using the mkdir command. So mkdir is a command to make a directory. And after that, there's a cd command. So cd is used to navigate into the newly created directory, which is the name_Rafa Catra directory. And B, inside that directory, create 3 subdirectories, document, code, and arsip. And I also use the mkdir command to make the subdirectories, the document, code, and arsip directories. And C, show the directory structure using the appropriate commands. And I use the ls-minl commands. And as you can see in the pictures, there are 3 subdirectories that I already made before. There are arsip, document, and code subdirectories. So, well-structured directories makes file management easier, especially in a development team where good organization is essential. Okay, second is file manipulations. After setting up directory structure, we need to populate it with files, starting with our identity file in this case. And file manipulations is important for documentations. Okay, for the question is A, create the file name identitas.txt inside the document directory containing the following informations, nama, name, and prodi. And here I use the echo e command. So echo e commands is to print the text. So nama, name, and prodi will be printed by using the echo e command, and /n is for a new line. So if you use the /n, the text will print with a new line formatting. And then this command, the document /identitas.txt, saves the text into the file identitas.txt inside the document directory. Okay, B is copy identitas.txt into the arsip directory and rename it to identitas_backup.txt. And here I use the cp commands. cp is used to copy files, and then the document /identitas.txt is a source file to be copied, and then the arsip /identitas_backup.txt is the destinations and new name of the copied file. Okay, C, move identitas.txt to the code directory. And here I use the mv command. So mv command is used to move or rename a file. And the document /identitas.txt is the source file, and code is the destination directory where the file will be moved. And then D, show the contents of identitas_backup.txt using the appropriate command. And here I use the cat command to show the content of a file in the terminal. And then this is the content of identitas_backup.txt. They are my name, and my major. Third is access permission settings. Linux has a strict permission system. We can control who can read, write, or execute files using the command. These are the questions. A. Grants the file owner read and write permissions, while the group can only read and others have no access to identitas_backup.txt. And here I use the chmod 640 commands to set the file permissions. 6 is for the owner who can read and write, 4 is for the group that can only read, and 0 for others that has no access. And it has a formula where read is 4, write is 2, execute is 1, and 0 for no permissions. And this is useful for protecting sensitive files from unauthorized access. Okay, B. Change the ownership of identitas_backup.txt to be owned by the root user and staff group. Here is the sudo chown command. Chown is to change the file ownership. And here, the root staff is the file is now owned by the root user and staff group. And in enterprise environments or servers, this command ensures that only authorized users can access important files. C. Show the file permissions and ownership informations after the change. I use the ls-l command to show the file permissions. And as you guys can see in the picture, it's RW. It's for the file owner who can read and write. And then R for the group that can only read and strip for others that have no access. Fourth is symbolic link. A symbolic link works like a shortcut in Windows, so it's allowing access to a file under a different name. And then these are the questions. A. Create a file named referensi_name.txt containing the text. Ini adalah dokumentasi sistem operasi milik nama mahasiswa dengan NIM mahasiswa. Okay. Here I use the echo-main command. Ini adalah dokumentasi sistem operasi milik Rafa, Nadira, Catra dengan NIM. And this command is to save the text in a new file named referensi_myname.txt. And then this is what's inside the file. B. Create the symbolic links to referensi_name.txt named shortcut_name.txt. And here is the ln-s commands to create a symbolic link. And then this is the referensi_name.txt is the original file, and the shortcut_name.txt is the symbolic link that pointing to the original file. And then this is useful for quick access without duplicating file multiple times. And C, show the list of the file in that directory with the attribute information to make sure that the links is already made. So as you guys can see, the shortcut_name is already made if we check it with the ls-l command. D, modify the contents of reference_name.txt to dokumentasi telah diperbarui oleh nama mahasiswa. So this replaces the content of referensi_name.txt with new text. So the new text will be the document telah diperbarui oleh Rafa, Nadira, Catra. Then this is the command to change the tag, and then this is where the this is the file where the file is. It's in the referensi_name.txt. E. Show the contents of shortcuts_name.txt. What happens? Explain. So in these questions, I use the cat command to show the contents of the file. And what happens? So since shortcut_name.txt is a symbolic link to referensi_name.txt, so it will display or show the updated content of the reference file. Just like in the picture, the contents is document telah diperbarui oleh Rafa, Nadira, Catra, which is this is the contents of the referensi_name.txt. So last is the user must. You must defines the default permissions for newly created files. And these are the questions. A. Check the default Umask value on your systems. So, my default Umask is 022. It means that the file is can only modified by the owner of the file, while the group and others only can read. And B. Change the Umask to 027 and create a new file named data_name.txt. Here I change my Umask to 027. It means that owner can read and write, group can read, and others has no access. And after that, I made a new file named data_name.txt using the touch command. So, touch command is used to create an empty file. And C, display the access permissions of data_name.txt after it is created. And here I use the ls-min-l command to show the access permissions of the data_name.txt. And as you guys can see in the picture, the output is RW, or read and write for the owner, read for the group, and no permissions for others. And D, explain how changing the Umask affects the access permissions of newly created files. Okay, so Umask determines the default permissions for new files. With Umask 027, a newly created file will have 640 permissions, or RW, R, and strip permissions. So owner can read and write, group read only, and others has no access. And this ensures better security by restricting access to unauthorized users. So in conclusion, mastering file management and permissions in Linux is crucial for maintaining and organized, secure, and efficient systems. By applying these concepts, we can ensure better file organization, prevent unauthorized access, and optimize workflow in Linux environment. Okay, so from this mid test, we've learned quite a lot about the file management and permissions in Linux. And I think that's all for my presentation for today. Thank you for your listening and thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.